Watching News at Prime, let's bring you this now. The MK party has slammed the trial against former President Jacob Zuma's daughter, Duduzile Zuma Sambula. This is over her alleged role in the July 2021 unrest. It claims that state power is being abused to persecute the Zuma family for the deadly violence which gripped parts of Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal. Let's speak now to the party's Mzwane Lemanyi, who joins us from Johannesburg this evening. Mr. Manyi, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your time. Miss Duduzile Zuma Sambula's innocence or guilt will finally be tested before a court of law. Why is that being viewed as persecution?
Yeah, hi, Jacob. I hope my reception is not going to fail me. First, let's correct something. As you can see, I try to make it easy for you to wear the foundation's regalia so that you don't confuse me with a big political brand. We are not politicians here in the foundation. We're just a foundation. So the statement that you are responding to now is a statement issued by the foundation, not by the party. The party will issue its own statement, just so it's clear.
Understood.
Right. Now, I think, as you can see in the statement, we're arguing that this is a continued persecution of not only President Zuma, but his family as a whole. Now, you can see that the state power is being used to weaken President Zuma in the main through his children. It's a very cruel approach that they are using. I mean, any 83-year-old with a daughter at the age of Duduzile, if you touch Duduzile, you are actually dealing with President Zuma indirectly. This is how cruel the state is. In fact, it's not the first time that they are attempting to weaken President Zuma through his children. The first one is Duduzane. The poor young man arriving at the airport, they make a drama and they lock him up, they chain him, they do all sorts kinds of funny things, they load him in a van, and all of that is not just asking him to present himself in court. They do that to humiliate him, and then they come up with all kinds of state capture charges. And then when that did not stick, then they try to use an accident that he had where there was an unfortunate fatality. Then they try and make that a homicide. How cruel can this state get? And now that Duduzane went through that because the lies are generally having short legs. They were not able to sustain those nonsensical charges. Now they go and shift to Duduzile, the pillar of President Zuma. People will know that Duduzile is the backhand of President Zuma. Wherever President Zuma is, you will find Duduzile. Now they have decided to destroy that pillar of strength of President Zuma just to show how cruel these people are. The only crime that Duduzile is accused of is actually bizarre, because all she did is just to play around in a cell phone and keep saying, we see you, and all of that. And all of a sudden, they're saying this is incitement. Yet even that we see you was we see you in response to something that has already happened. You know, some explosion, whatever has happened somewhere. And this young lady just says, we see you. And that is now inciting violence. I mean, it's so bizarre. I mean, even if you were to look at the profile of the people that were looting, these were mainly poor people of this country. Now, basically, the state is saying every one of those people had a smartphone. The state is saying these people that didn't even know where the next minute is going to come from actually had data. Even further, they are actually saying they were on Twitter. Imagine. Can you imagine anybody coming from an informal settlement with not even knowing when the next minute is going to come from, all of a sudden is on Twitter, is on the smartphone, and even more, they now follow Duduzile. And then as a result of saying, we see you, that should somehow get them to go and loot. I mean, how bizarre. That is quite absurd, actually.